All right, Jonathan, in the last two videos, we talked about how you improved with your rhythm and how you improve by striding to get into a good athletic hitting position. Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at your actual swing, and we're going to point out all the improvements you've made since the first time we worked together. And so once again, in the upper left-hand corner, we'll put up your first swing. On the right-hand side, we'll put up your most recent swing, and then we'll put up our two professional hitters, Ken Griffey Jr. and Miguel Cabrera. And we'll flip Miguel Cabrera over to a left-handed hitter, and we're going to go ahead and get all of you guys into that athletic hitting position to start. So there it was on the left-hand side, your most recent one. Right there, Ken Griffey Jr. Right there, and Miguel Cabrera. Right here. And one of the things that we've been working on is getting the barrel of the bat up the plane of the pitch into the hitting zone a little bit earlier. And we talked about leading with this elbow and keeping our hands close to our body. And so you're going to see here with our professional hitters, as we step them forward into their swing, what you're going to notice at this point right here, their lead arms are bent. As you can see with Griffey and Cabrera. And the barrel of the bat is close to the hitting zone right here. And it's almost slotted next to that back shoulder. Now, if we take a look at your old swing, you can see that your lead arm is straight and you've locked it out. And as a result of that, the barrel of your bat is way back here behind your body. And so you got a long way to go with the barrel of the bat to get it here into this hitting zone. And so you're going to be slower and you were going to be more late on pitches. And most of the stuff you hit would come this way towards left field or the visitor's dugout. Now on the upper right hand side, you can see a dramatic improvement. You can see that your lead arm is bent and the barrel of the bat is much closer to the hitting zone. And that's a huge improvement. And the other thing that I like is that you're starting to learn how to get your hands and your elbow connected to your back hip at this part of your swing. So all three of these, the hands, the elbow, and the back hip, are going to start to work together in the swing, which is going to create more power. Whereas in your old one, you can see that your hands are here, your back elbow is with your hip, but it's out of sync. So your hands weren't working with your hip and your elbow. And so that results in less power. If you look at our professional hitters, you'll see it looks a lot more like you do in the upper right-hand side. You'll see the hand, the elbow, and the back hip all lined up together at this point in the swing. So they work together in one piece to get to the baseball, as you can see right here. And so that's just a fantastic job. Now the next thing I want to look at is what you look like right before the point of contact, because this is really important. Okay, this is a position that we call bat lag, and at this position you do a fantastic job leading with your hands and letting the barrel of the bat travel behind your hands. If we look at our professional hitters here, you can see that their hands get right in front of their belly button and the barrel of the bat trails their hands. So at this point right here, the top hand palm is facing the sky and the bottom hand palm is facing the ground. This is a great position to be in right before the point of contact, because when this happens, the barrel of the bat's going to whip into the hitting zone, as you can see right there. Now if we look at the same thing with Ken Griffey Jr., you can see his hands are just in front of his belly button. His top hand palm is facing towards the sky, and his bottom hand palm is facing towards the ground. And again, the barrel of the bat trails right behind the hands. And again, that's so important because now he's going to whip the barrel of the bat through the hitting zone to get to contact. And if you look at you right here, again, you look a lot more like these pro hitters in the newer version. Your hands are ahead of your belly button. The barrel of the bat is right behind your hands, and you got these hands in a palm up, palm down position. So as you continue to pull this bottom hand through the zone, you're going to see the barrel of the bat whip through the hitting zone really nicely. And that's just fantastic right there. That's what we call bat speed. When you're able to pull that bottom hand through to get to contact, you see all that whip of that barrel. That's fantastic. Now in the old swing, when we first videotaped you, you can see that it didn't quite look like that. You're going to notice here, in the old one, your hands are way behind your belly button. Your lead arm is completely locked out. And the barrel of the bat is almost wrapped behind you. And so as a result, you're not going to get a lot of whip from the barrel of the bat into the hitting zone. And that means less power. So that's a huge improvement. Now we're going to eliminate all these lines and take all of you guys to your point of contact. And what I really like in this one right up here is you have a little bit of bend in your lead arm. It's not fully extended yet. And you can see the bend in your top arm right here. And that looks just like our pro hitters here. Good bend in both arms at the point of contact. And what that means is all three of these versions, your new version and the pro hitters, are going to be able to get their arms extended through the pitch. And so we're going to step these forward into extension. And you're going to see your old one, you weren't able to get extended through the ball. You see your arms are still close to your body. Miguel Cabrera, meanwhile, his arms get fully extended away from his body after the point of contact. And you'll see the same thing here with Ken Griffey Jr. And if you look here with you, after you make contact, what an improvement with your extension. I mean, that's a gigantic improvement. And that's going to lead to more power and more consistency. And if we continue to step this forward, we're going to take a look now at how you improve with a better high finish. So if we look at our pro hitters, you'll see that both of them have a nice high finish right here. And if you look at your old swing, you can see how low your finish is. But in your newer swing, you have a much higher finish than before. And that's going to lead to more backspin on the ball, more line drives, and more power as well. And so, Jonathon, I'm super impressed with all the progress you've made as a hitter, from your rhythm to your athletic position after you stride, all the way throughout your swing. You've made gigantic improvements.